I'm going to walk you through creating order favorites within PowerChart. So you're going to go to your blue menu where it says orders. You're going to select add. And this star right here are your favorites. To organize your favorites, you're going to select that down button next to the star, select organize favorites. And from here, you can create folders, rename folders, delete folders, move folders, all that stuff. So to start, the sort favorites by alpha is checked. So it's automatically going to sort by alpha. If I want to manually sort everything in my favorites, I would uncheck that. And that would give me the ability to move things up and down and sort it how I would like. But sorting by alpha is basically like the easy button. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a pharmacy folder under favorites. So I'm going to select favorites. I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to title it pharmacy. I can create subfolders within this folder. So for example, if I want to create a folder within pharmacy for pain medications, I can do that. Create another folder for nausea and vomiting. Create another folder. Oh no, I don't want to create this folder under nausea and vomiting. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete that folder. I'm going to select pharmacy again, create a folder because I want it to be under pharmacy for antibiotics. I want to rename a folder, like for example, this one right here that says new folders, I could rename it. Okay. I can delete things out of my folder. So if I want to delete all of these items, I can do so. So this is kind of the area where you organize your favorites. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close that. So as I'm entering orders in the system on a patient, so if I'm looking up hydromorphone, for example, if I wanted to add one of these order sentences to my favorites, I could just right click and add to favorites. And from here, I can categorize where exactly within my order set I want that to go. So I'm going to put it under pain. I'm going to select OK. So if I go back here to my organized favorites and I look in my pharmacy and I look in my pain tab, I'm going to find that hydromorphone there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select close. When I get to order entry, if I want to just be able to order off my favorites, I'm going to hit that star. I could go to pharmacy, pain, and from here I can see that hydromorphone order that I put in there. I can also create e-prescription favorites. And to do that, you're going to toggle this inpatient to prescriptions. And I could treat it the same way that I do my inpatient order favorites. So I can click this down button, organize favorites, create a folder called common ERXs, search for those, and just right click and add those prescriptions that I send commonly to my favorites folder. So you have to remember this right here. These are your inpatient medications. When you're utilizing the pharmacy formulary at the hospital, this is to send prescriptions to outpatient pharmacies. So you have the ability to copy other provider favorites. And to do that, you go to View up here at the top. You're going to go to Favorites Management. And what you can do within this favorites management area is you can search for a particular provider. I'm going to search for Stacy Gomez. And I can copy her favorites. So I can either add her pain folder or I could just add the one prescription that I want within that pain folder. So based off of the location, like if you work at a clinic, you could have your clinic favorites. If you work at the hospital, you could have your hospital favorites. You'll toggle to that facility of the favorites that you want to copy. And for the venue type, I want inpatient. So if I want to copy someone who is an inpatient provider at the hospital, I'm going to make sure that the facility is set to Pioneer Memorial Hospital and that the venue type is inpatient. And I'm going to hit submit here. So now when I search for Stacy Gomez, I'm going to see her inpatient items that I can add to my inpatient folders. So for example, maybe I want her antibiotics tab. I could go ahead and I could add her antibiotics to my favorites. You can see right here, once I hit this add to favorites folder, it's going to add to to my folders here on the right. So these are my folders, and these are the provider that I'm looking at, their folders. So maybe I don't want to add the entire nausea folder and I just want to add ondansetron. I could do that by just hitting that plus button. And you can see, oops, I added it twice. And you can see I'm going to add her antibiotics folder, and then I'm going to add that ondansetron to my favorites. So I'm going to go ahead and add to favorites. I'm going to select the folder I want to add it to, and I want to add it to my main overarching inpatient favorites. I'm going to select OK. And now I can see, I believe it was the pain that I added. You can see that right here. You can see that hydromorphone. And then if I click on the inpatients, you can see the one ondansetron that wasn't in a folder right there. So to copy favorites, you're going to use this favorites management. And again, for the most part, at least on the hospital side, your facility should be set to Pioneer Memorial Hospital. Your venue type should be selected as inpatient unless you're copying someone's prescription favorites.